You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. We have a loaded show coming up with some New York Giants news as Joe Schoen has brought in a 30-year-old offensive tackle that was a Pro Bowler just a few years ago to have a workout, and they could be signing him. We're going to break it down on today's show, as well as the other two roster moves that the Giants have made. They have cut a player, and they have signed a player. And I believe another player could be cut as they are prepping to potentially sign that offensive tackle. But first, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, even on opening night for the New York Knicks. We're going to get you guys a video here on Giants Now. Help us reach our goal of 59,000 subscribers. If you love the New York Giants, I need 120 of you guys to smash that sub button. 30-year-old offensive tackle DJ Humphries visited with the New York Giants today, and a signing could be coming. The New York Giants are thin at that left tackle spot. Josh Ezeudu played there last week. Andrew Thomas is now out for the year, and Joe Schoen is trying to find a resolution because I think everybody knows that Joshua Ezeudu is not that guy. He was a first-round pick by the Arizona Cardinals back in that 2015 NFL draft. He is coming off a torn ACL. He did tear that in Week 16 of last year, but supposedly he is ready to play. He was a 2021 Pro Bowler, and he started at left tackle in Arizona for the last 9 seasons. You look at some of his stats that have started to compile up in 2023 and 15 games played. Just allowed 4 sacks, 5 QB hits, 28 pressures. In 2022, in 8 games, he didn't allow 0 sacks, 1 QB hit, 15 pressures. He had a back injury in 2018, so he missed some time there. But he's honestly been pretty damn consistent, and he's also been available. 16 games, 16 games, 16 games, 15 games. The ACL came at the end of the year, but he gives you solid production. And his rankings and overall grades from Pro Football Focus, they resemble that. His best year in the NFL was 2020 when he had a run blocking grade of 90.8, which was the 3rd best of all offensive tackles, and he had a 79.9 pass blocking grade, which was 16th best. Since then, he's been just in the middle of the pack. But, man, I'll take middle of the pack in the NFL over what the New York Giants have at that left tackle spot right now. I know Ezeudu is still young. I know he's a former third-round pick, but I really do believe that we've already seen what Ezeudu is, which is not an NFL tackle. They obviously don't trust Evan Neal to play him there, and I think the fact that they worked out and held Humphries on a visit today, it shows you that Joe Schoen is going to continue to look for answers because the solutions to his problems on the offensive line are not on this team. Bring him in. Do it. Josh Ezeudu is not the answer. Look, you don't trust Evan Neal. Ezeudu's not the answer. He played better as the game went on, but the game got off the tracks early on because he could not block anyone. He was getting bum rushed and bull rushed by a 238-pound edge rusher in Nolan Smith. He just has a light base. He's not that athletic, and he's not that strong in his stance. He's just not that guy, and you can't let this season go completely to waste just because Andrew Thomas got hurt. I would go out and sign DJ Humphries. If you want the Giants to do that, hit that thumbs up icon for me. Look, I still do believe this team can be competitive, but they're not going to be if they don't put anybody better at that left tackle spot. If you want DJ Humphries to be a New York Giant, hit that like button. The Giants did move on from Boogie Basham this evening to make room for a defensive tackle who we're going to talk about in a little bit. Excuse me. Boogie Basham, though, didn't play all that much this year. He did have a batted pass. I believe it was not this game, but the game before, and he has just 1 tackle on the season. And I tweeted out that this was another miss by Joe Schoen, and a lot of people were like, well, Marshall, it's not really a miss. And look, it's not a big miss, but it just is what he is. He traded a 7th-round pick or a 6th-round pick to get Boogie Basham and a 7th-round pick. So is it the end of the world? No, but it's just another opportunity that didn't work out for the New York Giants. They did go out and sign, though, a veteran defensive tackle. They've been thin there. Their run defense when Dexter Lawrence is not in the game at the bottom of the NFL. They're going to try to find a way to patch that up. We'll talk about the guy the Giants signed in a second. But first, I got to give a major shout-out to today's sponsor, DraftKings. I'm our Knicks Now host here at Chat Sports, and I'm sneaking DraftKings and their deal of betting $5 and getting $200 instantly here on New York Giants Now. The NBA is finally back. A new season means new ways to get into the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Who's draining threes from beyond the arc? Who's crashing the boards and grabbing rebounds? Get behind your favorite players and the prop bets you can make on DraftKings, the home of NBA player props. First time, new DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Every point counts with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code NIXCHAT. That's code NIXCHAT for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gambling resources, see dkng.co/BBALL. The NBA season is here, and producer Smitty, he's cooked up a parlay for the opening night. He's got Celtics money line, Celtics race to 10, Jason Tatum 9+ rebounds, Jalen Brunson 25+ points, and Sam Hauser over 1.5 made threes. It's plus 700. You can roll with Smitty, or if you've got a brain, you should probably fade him. Do it at DraftKings. All that information is clickable down in the comments and description of today's show. The New York Giants went out and they have signed Armon Watts to the active roster. He was added to the practice squad last week. I hadn't gotten a chance to talk about it, so here's a little in-depth breakdown on Watts. He was a 6th-round pick out of Arkansas in that 2019 NFL draft. He was selected by the Minnesota Vikings, and since then he's played in 72 regular season games. So this is a guy that's got NFL experience with 22 starts for Minnesota, Chicago, as well as the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's 6'5", 307 pounds. 375 pounds would have been crazy. And he's 28 years old. He's had a productive career so far. Look, I don't want to oversell who he is. He's a rotational interior defensive lineman at this point. He's not great at any one thing, but he is someone that's going to do his job. He's able to hold blocks, he's able to shed blocks, and he's able to make plays near or at the line of scrimmage. When you talk about his Pro Football Focus grades, he had a 76.2 grade this past year for the Pittsburgh Steelers. On defense, his run defense was 73.8. That's the highest of his career. So that's where he's going to be able to affect the game for the Giants. And we've talked about it at length here on this channel and our live shows, that when Dexter Lawrence or Brian Burns comes out of the game, because you can't expect him to play 100% of the snaps, this run defense becomes one of the worst in the NFL. Raheem Nunez-Roches is a solid player, and DJ Davidson and Jordan Riley are really just practice squad player level talent, in my opinion, and Elijah Chapman's a pass rusher. So you need another guy that can come down and really just take up some bodies and absorb some blocks on the D-line. I think Watts could play a good bit this Monday night against the Pittsburgh Steelers, his former team. Maybe he'll share some secrets about him. I like the move because they need all the help they can get at that defensive tackle spot. So Armon Watts is the newest member of the New York Giants. Just a quick little recap of what happened today. DJ Humphries, a former Pro Bowl tackle. He's been in the league now for 10 years if you count this year. He has worked out, and he's visiting the Giants. I think a deal could come. Boogie Basham was cut, and Armon Watts was signed by Big Blue. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram at @MarshallGreen_. Hit me up over there. Let's go, Knicks, and join us on Knicks Now tonight for an opening game watch party against the Boston Celtics.